Hey guys, good morning. It is Friday, November 11th, 6:36 to be exact. I'm just gonna share just a few thoughts. It's gonna be a few minutes, so it's not gonna be a long one at all. Just some things that I was thinking about over the last couple days. Um, so Jesus was constantly in the Bible. I like to call it, he was a habitual line stepper. And the only person he was a habitual line stepper to, oh, well, I guess it was to everyone, because he crossed the race lines, he crossed the barriers. But he was a habitual line stepper, and the people that got the most mad at him were the Pharisees, the religious people. They hated him for that, because they made all of these rules, which I feel like sometimes we do too to this day. We make these rules, and when people overstep them, even in the name of love, we still get mad. And that's the reason that Jesus overstepped these boundaries, was in the name of love. He didn't do this to be like, well, I wanna piss these people off, so I'm gonna overstep these boundaries. That wasn't his point. He wasn't like, I'm gonna make these people mad. He loved people, and so therefore he overstepped the boundaries, overstepped the lines, constantly overstepped the lines. So one of the ways that he overstepped the lines is he talked to people he shouldn't have. So the Samaritan woman at the well, he went and talked to her. The Jews didn't talk to Samaritans. Men didn't usually talk to women alone. Rabbis didn't hang out with people labeled as sinful. So there were all of those barriers, and he crossed those barriers. So Jesus stepped over 3 lines right there, and he chose to reject the women to reveal one of the deepest truths about true worship. So again, he overstepped those lines in love. He didn't overstep them to like, I'm going to be a rebel, so I'm going to overstep them. Because people know when we overstep the lines, if we're like, hey, I just want to piss somebody off. Like, people know that. But when we overstep the lines, we need to overstep that in love. He touched the untouchable, the leper. Lepers were considered spiritually and medically unclean. If you touched them, you became unclean. So that was another reason. He broke the Sabbath rules publicly. Oh, they hated him for that. But again, Jesus could not sin. It was impossible for him to sin. God cannot sin. So everything he did, he wasn't breaking any law. He wasn't sinning. So healing on the Sabbath, religious leaders had all kinds of extra rules about what you could and couldn't do on the Sabbath. Jesus heals a man with a withered hand in front of them. So your rules are getting in the way of helping people. And Jesus says, I'm stepping over that. Again, this is all in the name of love. Hey, I don't care if it's a Sabbath or not. I'm going to help this person. This person needs help. I'm going to help them. Again, he wasn't breaking any laws that he made. They made all of these laws, but he didn't make any of these laws. He ate with the sinners, drunks, and tax collectors. That's in Matthew 9, 10 through 13. Tax collectors, which were traitors to Israel, sinners, the socially rejected. Again, God tells us to reach out to these people. Reach out, reach out, reach out. He let women be his disciple. Mary of Bethany sitting at his feet. So again, time and time again, he defended the woman caught in adultery. He said, let the one without the sin cast the first stone. Everyone wanted justice. Jesus gave grace, which is what we should do as well. He loved his enemies even on the cross. One of the last things he said, Jesus, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So Jesus was there to build walls. Religion builds fences, and sin builds separation. And Jesus' whole point is, I came to tear down these walls. So our job today is to tear down those walls. whatever walls that we may see. However, they need to be torn down. Because I know things in this day and age can be touchy. Well, don't talk about that. Don't go there with these people. We as Christians, we need conversation in order to reason with people. We need to start a conversation, even if we think it's a bad conversation. We need the conversation to start. Hey, that's a touchy conversation. It's okay. Let's start it. Let's have a conversation. What I do it in love. We could have the conversation. I'm going to do everything I can do not to offend you, but I'm going to tell you my truth. I'm going to tell you Jesus' truth. So that's what we're called to do as Christians. And we're not called to, I'm going to tippy-toe this line. No, love steps over that line. And again, it's love. It's not, I'm going to be rebellious and step over the line. Love is what steps over the line, because that's what Jesus did, is constantly step over the line. And he stepped over the line. And it was in the name of love. So I'm just encouraging you guys to do that today. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Take care.